Hello everyone, it's the Emperor Nosh, and we are back for another anime check out video. With the summer 2024 anime season being over halfway done at this point, figured it would be the perfect timing to go ahead and check out what the fall 2024 anime season will have to offer us. As you can already see on our screen here, there is already quite a few recognizable ones, and a lot of which are sequels. So yes, there are plenty of sequels to be looking over here. So without stalling for any more time, let's go ahead and jump right on into what the fall 2024 anime season has to offer. First up, the one I've been looking forward to, my co-host of the podcast has been looking forward to, ReZero Season 3. Yes, we have been looking forward to ReZero Season 3 for a while. It has been about 3 years since the end of part 2 of Season 2. So here we go. Let's go ahead and check out the synopsis. The third season of ReZero. A year has passed since Subaru's victory at the Sanctuary. Every time I see the word Sanctuary, I'm just remembering rabbits. If you know, you know. He savors a life of fulfillment while Amelia's camp stands united for the royal selection, until a fateful letter arrives. Anastasia, a royal selection candidate, has invited Amelia to the Watergate city of Bristella. But as the party begins its journey, the crisis stirs beneath the surface, and Subaru meets a cruel fate once again. Yeah, when does Subaru not meet a cruel fate? That's pretty much the synopsis of the entirety of ReZero right here. Oh yeah, it did already have a early premiere anime expo, and the first episode's gonna be 90 minutes long. It's gonna be great. 90-minute return of ReZero. I hope this becomes a staple for anime going forward. I like long starts. White Fox Studio. So if you've already reached this point, aka you've watched both seasons and are still enjoying ReZero, season 3 is coming. Look forward to it. If you haven't watched ReZero yet, I would recommend checking it out and seeing how you like it, because you might end up being a watcher of season 3 as well. Next up, we have Blue Lock season 2. I never actually watched Blue Lock as of yet. I'm not sure. I usually kind of stray away from sports for the most part, unless it's something that truly catches my attention. So if there are any Blue Lock lovers, if you tell me how the series is, if you think I would enjoy it, think if I would like it, kind of see. I'm curious, because I have no idea how interested I would be in it. So next up, we have Dan Science Saru Studios, action, comedy, drama, romance, sci-fi. Okay, yeah, this was one I've heard a lot of people talking about, and I may be interested in, depending. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm kind of iffy on it right now. But maybe the synopsis can help that. In the trailer, I might watch the trailer at some point. This is a story about Momo, a high school girl who comes from a family of spirit mediums, okay, spirits, and her classmate Okurun, an occult fanatic. After Momo rescues Okurun from being bullied, they begin talking. However, an argument ensues between them since Momo believes in ghosts, but denies aliens exist. And Okurun believes in aliens, but denies ghosts exist. Yeah, so they're denying each other's favorite things. Okay. To prove to each other what they believe is real, Momo goes to an abandoned hospital where a UFO has been spotted. And Okurun goes to a tunnel rumored to be haunted. To their surprise, they each encounter overwhelming paranormal activities that transcend comprehension. Amid these predicaments, Momo awakens her hidden power, and Okurun gains the power of a curse to overcome these new dangers. Their fateful love begins as well. The story of the occult battle and the adolescent starts. So they awaken their abilities by battling these occult creatures that are probably neither ghosts nor aliens. Interesting. Which is why the sci-fi elements in here. And I guess there's some romance activity as well. Okay. It does sound interesting enough to give it a go. So I think I probably will check this out. All right, next we have Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, The Conflict. So this is the third part. We were waiting a while for when the third part would come out, so I am ready for it, especially after watching the trailer and seeing certain lines in said trailer. So if you are enjoying Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, here's the third part. It is coming right here in October. Next in the sequels list, we got Spirit Chronicles Season 2, which I think has also been about 3 years since Season 1, just like ReZero was. Action, drama, fantasy, romance. Enough said, this is just kind of one of those just fun shows, you know, with fantasy elements and magic and whatnot. If you enjoyed Season 1, well, here's Season 2. If you haven't, well, it's, you know, it is what it is. It has the VA for Kirito as the MC, which was funny because he's everywhere. So, if you're interested, there it is. I'm definitely interested. Arifureta, Season 3. I've you know, heard a lot of people drop after Season 1, but I continued onwards because frankly I still enjoy this show for what it is. But I'm not that picky also when it comes to anime and stuff, so I'm a fan of these types. This synopsis is essentially the first season, just kind of briefly looking it over it. This is essentially the synopsis of the first season. So there's not any point really in delving into it. Yeah, if you are still on board, you're one of the rare few that still enjoy the show and watch through Season 2, well, Season 3 is here. A lot of sequels. More sequels, yes. Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. Season 1 aired back in fall 2023, so now we're getting Season 2 in fall 2024. Great how that happened. Very rare do anime sequels pop up a year right after the first one. And that was a 24, I think, episode 1. This one's, I think, also going to be that. I can't confirm on the secondary thing. But if it is, neat. I'm looking forward to more. I enjoyed it. It is fun. Here's the synopsis. I think this is an overall synopsis for how Shangri-La started. Rakuro Hizutomi only cares about one thing, beating crappy VR games. Yep. He devotes his entire life to these buggy games and can clear them all in his sleep. One day he decides to challenge himself and play a popular god tier game called Shangri-La Frontier. He quickly learns how difficult it is. Will his expert skills be enough to uncover its hidden secrets? Yep, there you go. So if you like this, it was a pretty good game type anime. Yeah. They really I think they really cover the ground and it looks pretty good. So if you enjoyed Season 1, Season 2 is here and it may last over one season. We'll see. I don't know if this one will be also 24 or not. We'll find out. Okay, Danmachi Season 5 from JC staff. With Wisteria ending this, airing this season, not ending. I mean, I hope it doesn't end this season. I hope we get another announcement. But with Wisteria, by the same creators, Danmachi, airing this season, it's cool that we're getting Danmachi in this next season as well. And it's looking to be more Freya based, just from the picture alone. Not much to say, obviously. If you enjoyed it, Season 4 was really good. That's what I have to say. But if you're still interested in Danmachi, Season 5 is here. But let's take out the synopsis. 5th season of Danmachi. Goddess Festival, a fruit festival that brings the labyrinth city of Arario to life. Goddesses symbolizing fertility are enshrined in the altar. On the altar, not in the altar. And among them is the goddess of beauty, Bel Cranel, who has survived and returned to his daily life from dead depths of the dungeon. Alliteration, jeez. Is here and ready to enjoy the bustle of the Goddess Festival until he receives a letter from a girl at a small bar in the corner of Arario. Mr. Bell, please go on a date with just the two of us at the upcoming Goddess Festival. From Seir. Seir's single-minded determination will drive both Bell and the Labyrinth City crazy. Meanwhile, the Inherior, the warriors who claim to be the strongest, are now suddenly on the move. I think a Freya more centered season, and a festival as well. So who knows how good this will be? We'll see. If hopefully it's on the either on the same line as Season 4 or even better. Who knows? If you are interested, Season 5 is coming. Oh, Blue Box. Okay. Yes, I heard somebody on one of my live streams saying that they were looking forward to this. I have no idea what it's about. So we'll find out through the synopsis. But it's romance slice of life sports, which is pretty uncommon to see romance and sports in one. Telecom animation film. Do these sports cross lovers have a chance? Taiki Inomata loves badminton, but has a long way to go before he can reach nationals. When Taiki sees upperclassman Hinatsu Kano practicing her heart out on the girls' basketball team, he falls for her hard. After an unexpected turn of events brings the two closer, sports might not be the first things on their mind anymore. Yeah, you're right, the romance would be. I'm kind of interested to see. I don't typically watch sports anime, but with the inclusion of these other two things, it won't be entirely based on sports. So I'm curious to see where this goes and see if I can get into it. We'll find out. All right, we have Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online 2, aka the SAO spin-off. We had season 1 back. Oh wow, that came out in 2018. It's been 6 years. Holy, I didn't expect that to be that far off. Wow. Okay. I didn't realize it was that long. But yeah, if you enjoyed the first one, which I know a lot of people did because it didn't have Kirito and they wanted, a new MC or whatever. Um, I don't know. It was kind of strange, but still. But if you enjoyed season 1, season 2 is coming, even though you might probably have forgotten a lot of what happened in season 1, so you either have to rewatch or because I'm on that kind of line. I kind of vaguely remember. I mean, it's just based around Gun Gale Online. That's all it is. So I'll definitely be checking that out then. The appraisal skill one, season 2. Yeah, they announced this pretty closely after the first season ended. I like this one because the MC's not OP, but he has the power to see OP people essentially and bring them in alongside him. So he has just like an OP entourage of people, which is fun. So I am looking forward to the next season, and I will be watching that. If you are interested, you can always leave comments below if you're interested in any of these that we've been talking about so far. You Are Miss Servant, Helix Films, comedy romance slice of life. Okay. This is the story of a maid who is all alone in the world, but who finally finds a family. Told from young that her only worth is as of a killer. Yuki had known nothing except cold efficiency and following orders. At least she has a chance to leave her past behind. She arrives at the doorstep of Hitoyoshi Yokuya, asking to be employed as a maid. Thus begins the journey of a former assassin learning what it means to be normal. I mean, the synopsis doesn't necessarily drive my interest right away. I'd probably have to see the trailer to find out, and how rom-com works here as well. Curious, but we'll find out. Oh yeah, this one, Loner Life in Another World. So another isekai here. Hayabusa film passion, action adventure fantasy. When acerbic loner, I had to look up acerbic, but I guess that means like sarcastic, something like that. Gets transported to another world with his class. He's not big on adventure, but he wouldn't mind some cool magic of his own. I mean, I wouldn't mind it either. Unfortunately, the magic powers are first come, first served, and by Haruka's turn, there's nothing good left to choose from. Now I'll have to take on this fantasy world the hard way, with a hodgepodge selection of bizarre skills, and with all the girls in the class tagging along. But that's the question here, is why are they tagging along? What did you do? Do you have some kind of skill that draws them with you? This sounds fun. So I will be checking it out. I like isekai, you know how to. Alright, Ranma 1/2 Mappa Studios. This is the one, my co-host of the podcast, that he really enjoys. And since this is a remake here, action, comedy, romance. Okay. I'm not sure how interested I am in this, but maybe after this synopsis. New anime adaptation. Ranma Saitome and Akane Tendo of Tendo Dojo are betrothed. Okay, there's the romance aspect. By their parents. But Ranma faces a unique problem ever since he fell into the cursed springs of Junsenku while training in China. His body has acquired the peculiar trait of transforming into a girl when doused by cold water and reverting to a boy with hot water. Get ready for a slapstick action-packed rom-com featuring Ranma, Akane, and a vibrant cast of unique characters. I mean, the premise does sound kind of fun. Not gonna lie. So it is a question of that. And it's also MAPPA, which usually has some pretty good animation. So yeah, I'll have to see on this one where my interest lies. And it's a remake, so this is the perfect time to watch it now. All right, we got this one. English is something like, "Are you really getting married? 365 days to wedding." Romance. I almost thought they said Asahi, but it's Ashi production. Takuya and Rika are co-workers in a travel agency in Tokyo. They're both single, but they don't mind since they're introverts with fulfilling lives at home. I don't know if introvert and fulfilling are exactly... I don't know. Unfortunately, now their job is looking to staff an office in Siberia, and non-married employees are the first to be considered. That is discrimination right there. That's just rude. Rika is desperate to avoid the transfer and goes to Tokyo with an idea. If they pretend they're getting married in a year, they can stay in Tokyo. The only problem is the two of them barely know each other. If these two quiet co-workers fake a relationship, will it turn into something real? The most likely answer is a big fat yes. It will probably do that. Fake becomes real pretty quickly in this situation, right? This sounds fun. I probably will check this out. I know the premise is a standard just romance, but at the same point, it sounds kind of fun. I'll see how this goes. Yay, Villainess. We gotta love these Villainous ones. Maho Films. I'll become a villainess who goes down in history. Comedy, fantasy, romance. Me, the same girl who hates all those prim and proper heroes, got reincarnated as the villain in the world of my favorite fantasy dating sim. Yep, just as you do in a villain anime. It's my dream come true, so I'm gonna leave my mark on history by becoming the world's greatest villain. But to do that, I'll need to get stronger and smarter. Just one problem. The harder I try to be evil, the harder the prince falls for me. At this rate, will I ever get to earn my place in history? Well, you can still be evil. It's just a matter of how good you are of being evil, right? Even if the prince falls for you, doesn't mean you can't be evil. Maybe he's into it. Who knows? But this sounds fun. I'll probably check it out. I've been watching a lot of the Villainous ones. So. Demon Lord 2099, and yeah, JC Staff is pretty apparent for this season. I did see something about this before. I didn't quite catch what it was about, but let's go ahead and check the synopsis. The cyberpunk metropolis, Shinjuku, a massive city-state bedecked. I think that means like, you know, covered, I don't know, with neon signs, towering skyscrapers, and the latest cutting-edge technology. It is here in the year 2099 of the Fused Era, where the legendary demon lord Vettel has his second coming, 5 centuries in the making. But this landscape is nothing like the one he conquered all those years ago. But the fusion of magic and engineering has elevated civilization to dazzling, unprecedented heights. Vettel may have been reduced to his historical footnote, but make no mistake, this brave new world be his for the taking. That sounds kind of interesting, and I'm curious because it sounds like cyberpunk, world. The demon lord wants to take back the world because it's been elevated to a high extent. So a demon lord in the future, in a sense. So I'm curious to see how this is going to work. And maybe I'll be invested, maybe I won't. We'll find out. All right, tying the knot with an Amagami Sisters Studio Drive. And it looks like this is a 24 episoder from the beginning. Awesome. I love 24 episode ones. Comedy, drama, ecchi. Oh, okay. Romance. I was expecting the romance, but I was not expecting ecchi. There's no harem, so does that mean he gets to choose? Maybe. And there's 3 girls here, obviously, yep. Uryu Kamihate is a high school student striving to enter Kyoto University's medical school. After being raised at an orphanage, Uryu is taken in by the chief priest at the Amagami Shrine, where he begins to live as a freeloader and to cohabit with Yai, Yuna, and Asahi, the 3 beautiful shrine maiden sisters. What's more, the condition he must meet in order to live at the shrine for free is to marry into the family and inherit the shrine. I see no bad things about this condition. How will Uryu overcome his marriage meetings with the 3 sisters, as well as the many challenges that the Amagami Shrine faces? So begins a miraculous rom-com about living under the same roof with 3 shrine maidens. Wait, doesn't that mean he has to choose, though? I don't see a harem tag. I don't think they're going to do the harem thing. That means he probably has to choose one, most likely. I'm interested, obviously. It sounds cool. And I needed to see where it goes. I do. Alright, Demon Lord Retry R. I haven't seen the name Demon Lord Retry in a while. And if I'm looking it up, 5 years. It has been a while. Action, adventure, comedy, fantasy. From what I remember, I think he was building up a nation of his own. Continues his adventure in this revamped series after encountering the mysterious entity in the lowest level of the Bastille dungeon. He sets out for Helion territory where Grand Devils vie for domination of the realm. With the addition of new advisor, the seemingly hopeless optimist Akane, the Demon Lord's army grows even more colorful and their hijinks even wackier. I'll have to refresh myself on this, but I'm probably interested in watching this some more. I've watched the first one and I didn't recall having issues with it. I just kind of have to refresh myself on what happened. So if you are interested in this sequel, because you watched the first one, there you go. Alright, we have Nina the Starry Bride, Signal.md. Drama fantasy romance. Nina, a girl living as an orphan in the Fortuna Castle town, happens to have eyes of the same deep blue hue as lapis lazuli, just like the god of the stars. They're also the same color as the eyes of the recently deceased Princess Alicia. For that reason, when the second prince of Fortuna, Azure, discovers Nina, he ordains that she will live as the princess and Alicia's slave. Oh. As substitute princess and priestess of the stars, Nina is obligated to become the false bride of Set, first prince of the large neighboring nation of Galgada, after the 3rd month has passed. Despite being at the mercy of fate, Nina is just as happy to feel needed by someone. What is it that her open, honest eyes see? The destinies of all players on the stage begin to move, and they make up their minds to protect the ones they love. That sounds pretty crazy. Just being thrown in as a substitute and then be obligated to be a bride of a neighboring nation. I am curious where this is headed to. Okay. This is, oh, the healer banished from the hero party. Yeah, another banished from a hero party. Studio L, action, adventure, fantasy. The story follows Rouse, the healer who can only use one basic spell, and is expelled from the first class party for being too weak. While the leader of the party realizes how great his abilities actually are after hiring another healer. Always hits that field for those heroes, but it's always too late because they don't want to act like they regretted anything. Rouse finds new friends like Narcena who support him and his rise to the top. I frankly find the Banished from a Hero ones really fun. That's just me. I know it's a basic premise, but I just enjoy it, so I'll be watching that. Okay, next we have Goodbye Dragon Life, action adventure fantasy. Synergy SP, Vega Entertainment. Long ago, the most ancient of divine dragons was slain by a human. Okay. The mighty dragon accepted his death when suddenly it was reborn as Dolan, a man who lives in a quiet village. Oh. I have never heard of dragon reincarnation in an anime yet. While spending another peaceful day toiling in the fields, he meets Selena, a half-human, half-snake. That's also pretty uncommon. I mean, as a MC kind of thing, as a heroine looking for a partner. The unlikely duo become friends, but challenges lie ahead that threaten their new bond. Yeah, okay. I'm interested in the fact that it's a dragon being reborn as a human. That's cool. That's neat. I might have to see where this goes. I'm not sure how invested I am yet, but I'll have to look into it for sure. This is the most notorious talker runs the greatest clan or something like that. Kind of vaguely remember this. Felix Films Ga Karu. Action, adventure, comedy, fantasy. Noel has grown up idolizing his grandfather, a legendary adventurer of the class known as Seekers. But when it comes to time for Noel to set out on his own, much to his dismay, he turns out to be a talker, aka a support class with meager abilities. But Noel's got ambition in his spades and his smarts to match. So he's determined to do whatever it takes to make the world know his name. Well, I mean, I like those with the smarts here and everything. That means he's probably gonna use you know, whatever his strategizing mind, his smarts to find ways past being a support class member. So I'm interested to see where this goes. See if it will be interesting enough to continue onward. Magilumiere Magical Girls Inc. Okay, so a magical girl company? AC Staff and Moe. Okay, action, comedy, fantasy. Got it. Magical Girl, profession that undertakes the work of exterminating a kind of natural disaster called Kai. Kana Sakuragi, a female college student who struggles with a job hunting, is picked up by a magical girl startup company. And magical girl work life starts now. Okay, I'll see where this goes. I think I tend to be a little bit more interested in the Maho show just because it's fun. You know, I like the darker ones a bit more usually. There's been some darker ones in the past. I'll have to see about this one to see if it catches my interest. The do-over damsel conquers the dragon emperor. AC Staff again. Fantasy romance. Okay. Jill breaks out of prison the night before she's set to be executed by her fiance, Crown Prince Gerald. Freaking Gerald. She's struck by an arrow while escaping, but instead of dying, she's transported 6 years into the past. Okay, it's one of those. That makes sense with the do-over. To the night she and Gerald met. Desperate to alter fate, she instead proposes to the first man she sees. Hades Tios Brave. Her enemy in the future. This is her last chance to get it right. I mean, I guess that's the one way, right? Enemies to lovers, I suppose. That's what that means here in this context, right? Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, I like the whole going back to the past and rechanging everything. Because they have all their knowledge and everything, so they can make changes as appropriate. So I will probably check this. Okay, another JC Staff. This is story of a girl that was unable to become a mage. Kurumi Mirai is in the first year of high school. She is enrolled in junior high section of Red Run Magic School, the world's only facility for mages that approved by International Mage. Why did nobody proofread this? By International Mage League and able to work under. I'm just gonna read it. It's gonna be poor. Able to work under royal families when graduate, and she was always top of the class. However, when she applies for the high school section and took the examination to get into a mage training class, Amagami mage class, she wasn't able to get in despite having full scores and was top of the class for the whole 3 years. There are some students in the class next to her that takes that class. Among that, there's someone she admires. How will Kurumi Mirai, who has extraordinary brain but didn't get in to be a mage candidate, try to overcome and grow up? What is the aim for Minami Suzuki, a local mage who suddenly appears to be the homeroom teacher? This is a relaxing story of her growth. I mean, I like relaxing stories. We'll see if this is the art style. I don't know if I'll enjoy it or not. We'll have to find. The next picture calls to me, though. Nageki no Bure ha intai shita. Let the grieving soul retire. Okay. It's the golden age for treasure hunters. Adventurers hungry for wealth, fame, power, and glory, who risk their lives in treasure vaults throughout the world. Let's become treasure hunters. Cry and his childhood friend swore to become the greatest of them all. That dream should have died the day Cray realized he wasn't cut out for the job. Yet, expectations continue to mount. Right along with Cray's fear for his life. While his childhood friends climb closer towards their dream, his grieving soul has one simple wish: to pack it all in and retire. Okay. Well, I don't know how much good of a premise is about retiring, but I doubt he's just going to be able to. So there will probably be more to it than this. And I'll see what that is. I'll have to find out. Acro Trip. Boyle. This looks kind of weird, but okay. Comedy fantasy, and it's a Maho shoujo. Okay. Shizuko, who lives in Sakai City, Niigata Prefecture, is an otaku girl who's a big fan of the magical girl, Berry Blossom, who protects the city against the evil organization Fasa Magna. However, nobody was worried about the battle of the two anymore because Chroma, the wicked evil villain, was too lazy and weak. Okay. So Shizuku decided, I want to make my magic girl shine more. That desire leads the shy junior high school student down a strange, evil path. It does sound kind of fun. What it sounds like, the villain organization sucked, and she wants to make them shine more, but now they're going down an evil route. I don't know what that entails, but I'm interested to see if this would end up catching my interest. So maybe we'll watch an episode or so and see how that goes. All right, and with that, I think I've covered quite a few of the ones that caught my interest or sounded pretty cool. Obviously, some of them I haven't covered, so if there are any I haven't covered that caught your interest, feel free to start a discussion down below, and maybe it will catch my interest as well. Yeah, if you are watching any of these, feel free to comment down below what you are watching or why you are watching, etc., etc., etc. Anything you want to discuss about the upcoming fall anime season. So yeah, there's a lot of sequels. With that, thank you guys all for watching this episode of the Anime Checkout for fall 2024. And I will catch you guys on the next one.